Have you ever kept trying different solutions because there was one option you really didn't want to use? Maybe it felt uncomfortable, maybe it seemed too serious, maybe you simply hoped you could solve the problem another way. But eventually, you ran out of options. And that's exactly where today's expression comes in. Hello everyone and welcome back to Daily English. Today's expression is a last resort. One more time, a last resort. A last resort is the final option you use when everything else has failed, or when there really isn't another good choice left. You'll often hear, as a last resort, or it was my last resort. The important idea is that it's not what you wanted to do first. You turn to it only after trying other possibilities. Let's look at some examples. Imagine your neighbor keeps playing loud music late at night. At first, you ignore it. Then you speak to them politely. You even leave a friendly note. But nothing changes. Finally, you decide to contact the building manager. You could say, I really didn't want to complain to the building manager, but it became my last resort. You didn't want to make the situation more serious. You tried the quieter, friendlier solutions first, but eventually, there was nowhere else to go. Or imagine you're struggling with something and keep trying to solve it on your own. You search for answers, you try different approaches, you start again and again. You keep telling yourself, I should be able to figure this out. Eventually, you ask someone for help. You might say, asking for help was my last resort. And afterwards, you realize something interesting. Maybe asking for help didn't need to be the last option at all. Sometimes we wait until we're completely exhausted before we reach out. Not because help isn't available, but because we think we should be able to manage everything by ourselves. Of course, having a last resort can be useful. It means that even when several things don't work, there may still be one more option. But sometimes it's worth asking ourselves, why have I made this my last resort? Asking for help, changing our minds, admitting that something isn't working, having an honest conversation. We sometimes save these things until the very end, where perhaps they could have made life easier much sooner. Now it's your turn. Can you think of a time when you tried several things before finally using your last resort? And looking back, was it really necessary to wait that long? Thank you for spending a few minutes of your day with me. Have a lovely, amazing day, and see you tomorrow.